Hello there, YouTube. Holy moly. Welcome to a 28 degree Monday, November the 20th. You barely make out that barn out there. But looks like once this fog layer moves off, it's going to be sunshine. Although the weather says it's going to be cloudy all day. But yeah, usually by this time, you know, the temperature's kicked up a bit. Well, it was 28 and now it's 30. Did I say 29? It was 28. Grass, everything's all just crisp froze. You can see the little leaves on the bistro table. They all got that little icy edge on them. Oh man, look at that tree now. Yeah, it poured down pretty good. It wasn't really, if it was windy yesterday, the trees would just be done by now. But it's going to be a cold, cold morning. And a cold day. I think the high is supposed to reach 50. Which 50 compared to this feels pretty dang good, I must say. Alright, welcome to Monday. Boy, we're really smoking down here at GC's. It's only 34. Man, there's some crazy fog out here. It's gonna be a long drive to work, but as we head south, it should burn off. But I was getting fog warnings in Vancouver this morning too, so hopefully it does burn off. 41 degrees and very, I'm assuming, foggy. Yeah. I think it's just pure fog up there.
Look over there. It's all fog.
Yeah, even right down the street.
Yeah.
You can see it. Can't even see all the way through a neighborhood.
I know.
Man, that's a lot of fog.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple of spots. It was very nice. Had the old sunshades down and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mama,
Yes,
dadgum Monday just has this way of sneaking up on us.
Yeah.
We survived to make it to one. I guess we should be happy about that, huh?
Yeah, we should not be complaining.
Yeah. Well, Mama,
yes,
hopefully it'll be busier today than what it was last week. Was a crazy week.
Yeah, it was.
Man, where did everybody go?
I know, doing in hiding.
Yeah. But Christmas is after Thanksgiving. That's when it just takes off.
Yeah, and then after Christmas, it's very
Yeah,
quiet.
then you have another slow spot right after Christmas, and then from there, it's go time.
Yep.
All right, Mama.
All right, Paul.
Well, have a wonderful day.
You too.
Love you, see you, bye, and all that kind of good stuff.
I love you too.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
It's been another one of those mostly quiet days. Hasn't been quiet for me. We go through our annual hazardous waste and safety. It's all that kind of stuff, corporate stuff. I have messed with a BMW F750 GS. Yeah. And also, when we had an update end of last week, customer couldn't wait. It was not going to be finished that day. Oddly enough, it got finished right at the end of the day, but you never know. Those updates are massive. This is a used, I think I actually know the guy that used to own this thing years ago. It's wild. But the park brake cable is seized up on it. So I guess it was inspected once before upstairs and it was working fine. And yeah, now it's not. It's a cable. Cable's junk. So needs a park brake cable put on it, and they go upstairs for sale. I don't know what all Tim's got going on here. I think some of the stuff he was working on last week. Over here, this is my little training thing. So I always carry this old. Geez, what is that? When was the first iPad Pros? That was a long time ago. But this is the 10.5 inch. That thing over the years definitely produced a lot of YouTube videos. Now my newest one, the 12.9 inch one or whatever it is, I've had that one since 18. I think I got this one in 2016, maybe it was 2015. That was when the iPad Pros first came out. And despite its age, and you know, it has the old screen with all the borders and stuff on it, she's still a rock star. She never misses a beat. mess with it long enough, like I have today. You got to throw a battery charger on it. Plus, I try to keep this one charged because it goes in my backpack. That's the one I carry with me every day. You know, I can do videos like sometimes for one of the manufacturers. Something's doing something weird and the manufacturer wants a recording of it. And they'll have specifics on, you know, what the file size and length needs to be. Because some of the sites can only, I think most of them are pretty much unlimited now. I mean, you can't have like a 3 gigabyte file or something, but anyway, and I can adjust those things. I'll record it for them and set it up. I'll share the file with whoever needs to send it. Usually it's the service manager or one of the other techs, but you know, just shooting it with your phone's gonna shoot in pretty high quality, and it usually doesn't match what their minimum is. My little safety cone for the wire, I didn't have it on. I'm the only person down here, and literally, I just about tripped over it. I figured it's just me. I don't have to put my little safety cone on there. These old iPads, man. You know, every once in a while, you know, I'll get bored and pull out my old phones. I still have an iPhone 4. I had 2 of them, but I gave one to my oldest son, and it got destroyed or damaged in some way. I think it got busted up. Him and a girlfriend were fighting or something. I don't remember what it was. But that original iPhone 4, when the grandkids would come over, you know, Kelly would charge up one of our old, you know, regular iPads. I think the last regular iPad we had was 3rd generation or something like that. Kelly and I had one. And even those, as old as those are, and that goes back a minute, they'll take a full charge and last the whole day. You know, and the kids would use that iPhone 4 and playing games on it, and it'd last quite a while. But now the games have advanced, and the phone's too old to run the modern games. You know, a lot of the stuff you click on them, it says it's not compatible anymore or whatever when you try to update it. But anyway, batteries last. They still fire up and run. I've got 4s, 4S's, 5s, 5S's. I still got a 6 and a 6S. And a 7. And then from there, they just doing that yearly trade-in thing, and I've been doing that. But I think I still have I have my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I think the 13 Pro Max. I have one of each of those. And the nice thing about those, they still have the swappable SIM cards and stuff. But the SIM cards over the years have changed sizes. I think the iPhone 14 and newer, they're all eSIMs. So there's not even a SIM card slot in there anymore. I'm pretty sure that started with the 14. But they all work great. You know, you never know when you need an extra phone. Or, you know, gift one to someone in need or whatever. But the iPhone 14, I went to update this one, and not even sure how I done it, but I was going to trade it in because, you know, they're not cheap. And I buy because I use them so heavily. I always buy the 1 terabyte ones, the largest capacity. Plus, there's some handling of the memory and stuff. There's a little boost in the processing power with those, and I think they usually have like a extra gigabyte of RAM. It's kind of a hidden, non-discussed thing, but they always work a lot better. They cost a little bit more, but it's worth it. But anyway, I go through the iPhone 15. When you could do the open order, it says, you know, it's always like on a Friday or something like that. It says prepare, so you go through and do all your stuff to start the process of be ready at 5 a.m. on Friday, whatever. And you click the button, everything's all ready to go. And it wouldn't let me do it. It says that phone's paid for. So I had to restart the yearly upgrade program with this iPhone 15 Pro Max. And Kelly's going, "What are you got?" Thinks I'm trying to pull some skullduggery thing or something. I go, "Woman, it's paid for." She goes, "Well, you've only had it a year. How's it paid for?" Because it's a 2-year contract. So if you don't pay for it, you just keep using it for an extra year and it's paid off. I don't know. I must have been double paying on it or some crazy thing. I only had it a year. And yeah, so I got a paid for iPhone 14 Pro Max. In fact, I carried it with me on the trip just in case something happened and I needed my phone. But the 15, man, that's next level. Actually, I took my 13 on the trip because the 15 hadn't come out yet. Actually, I had ordered it, and that's when I found out, because I think it showed, you remember, because I caught the COVID and I came here to pick it up because it showed up like on that Friday, and I swung by here on a Sunday and came in and picked the thing up, sick as a dog. I'm literally on my last leg. I pull in instead of just hitting I-5 and going straight home. I came in the rain and sickness and everything else. Didn't know I had COVID at the time. I knew I didn't feel very well at all. Last thing I thought of would be COVID. I just figured I caught a flu bug and I don't want to give it to anybody. So I stood way back of everything, and I had a microfiber towel in the back of my thing. That's how I opened up doors and everything. And I said, the phone, they had put it down here on my desk, and the parts manager goes, "Well, you stand right here." And I said, "Just don't get near me." So he came down and got it, and I said, "Just sit it on that counter over there, and when you leave, I'll go grab it and I'll bail out of here." And then already the traffic was crazy enough, and then the worst thing, because of that stupid bridge, you remember that thing? Whew. Anyway, I took my 13 Pro Max as a spare. The 12 was a return, the 11, and all that stuff. But anyway, I don't remember the story how I ended up with a 13. I think it was Kelly's, and I switched her to that's what it was. Kelly's, she refused to let me update it. Something like that. I don't remember how it worked. So anyway, I got a 13 Pro Max and a 14 Pro Max. This one will definitely go back. I'll make sure I'm just making it. It's just that auto pay. I use my Apple Card, and it just gets paid every month. It's interest free. That's pretty wild they do that. But anyway, I was taking a break from my hazardous waste management thing I was doing right now. And look at this, all these labels. Every year when you do all these tests, all the labels catch your eye, and you go, "I know what that is. I know what that is." It doesn't always have the name on it, but sometimes it's that little red and white triangle. But and I went through all the chemicals and the hazards of chemicals and heat stress. It's weird I'm doing this in the winter. Every year, it's just towards the end of the year when that comes up. And I'm doing heat training for people exposed to heat. We're not in Australia or anything like that. Our seasons aren't flipped. But anyway, that's been my day. Good Lord, I'd sit here and talk to y'all forever. Tim's not here on Mondays, that's why it's quiet. Although he did come by with his kid. He needed some good old mechanic soap. Him and his son went to salvage yard and got some stuff for a little Ford Ranger his son bought. And he just come in just black, him and his son. So he went back there and used our soap and got everything cleaned up. All right, that's it for that. I need to finish my training, and it's not too far from getting out of here. There ain't no sign of that sun at 5 o'clock, is it? And there we got a half a moon. Man, it's bad when it's all but dark when you leave work at night. So you guys remember the cool dust cover little bags, like these kind of a square bags that go over these rock crawlers. That was last week, like last Wednesday, I think I talked to you guys about that. And they were supposed to show up on Friday. Well, they didn't show up. It says now being delivered on Monday. Well, they still show that they'll be here today by 10 p.m. Needless to say, it's not going to ship at 10 p.m. It hasn't. It's not out for delivery type of thing. And, yeah, they're going to kick back saying they're lost. So I needed 2 more than what I initially ordered. So I ordered 2 more. And one's showing up tomorrow, and the other one's showing up on Wednesday. So they were, I tried to order the full quantity, and it was going to push it till 1st of December. But anyway, the other cool thing is, I don't know if you guys pay attention to Traxxas stuff at all, but there's the high trail version of this sport. So it's the same thing, you know, there's no locking, unlocking diffs. There's no shift servo. They're just plain Jane simple. But that high trail, but they did the same thing as they did to that wonderful Blazer they came out with. They left the wheelbase the same. So they jacked this thing up another inch. And it now comes with all the accessories, you know, all kinds of cool stuff. It's like $60 more than this. And you're getting like, I don't know, $120 worth of extra stuff. Comes with the fender. I put these on. Remember, I ordered those. Comes with the inner fenders, which this didn't. And all the accessories that go on the body. But other than that, it's the same old thing. Just bone stock. Just a plain Jane. Just a TRX4 in a raw form. But I wish they'd lengthened the wheelbase like they did the K10 and the F-150, and it wouldn't be so tipsy. They just try to crawl over everything. You watch the reviews, they just tip over at will. You can add a bunch of weight to it, but it's a bummer to take a brand new car and have to do a bunch of stuff like that. But anyway, it's super cold out there, but it's really foggy. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but Kelly and I are going to sneak out there and try to do goodbye in the deep fog. Beware of the Moors. Well, hello there, YouTube. We decided to come out here because it's all foggy. Look at that. It's just it's just a little bit after 8 out here tonight, and it's already 32 degrees.
It's going to be cold.
This may be the coldest morning in a while. Oof, it is definitely cold. Man. But the nice thing when it's cold, it sure makes for a pretty day once you finally get out of the fog.
Yes, it does.
Once that finally clears up. God, it was beautiful out there. They're doing that testing and did some work on a KTM, on a BMW. And but it wasn't something I ride, just had to do some electronic stuff. And they one of the assistants wrote it down and waited for me to finish it and wrote it up to the customer. But yeah, it's very pretty out there, but very cold. Mm-hmm. I think it only got up to like 50, even in Vancouver today. It was, time you walked upstairs, it was plenty cold. Mm-hmm. But speaking of the cold, I think we're gonna roll on that.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Tuesday or Wednesday.
Heck yeah. Boy, in the morning, that'll be some serious fog out here.
You're going to be thick.
We were hoping it'd show up on camera better than it did, but oh well, we tried. Walking out here freezing ourselves just to try something.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.